Hey there, friends. It's Realtor Troy Jaster here in San Antonio, and today we are talking closing costs. So, here is the truth. Whether you're looking to buy, whether you're looking to sell a house, there are fees associated with that transaction, no matter which side you're on. But let's dig into what those fees look like for both parties. So, if you're a seller, here's what you can just just kind of predict that if you're looking to sell your house, estimate maybe somewhere between, let's call it like 6 and 8% total of the sales price. Figure that much to be set aside out of your sale price. That's going to be your closing cost, the cost for you to sell the house. Now, if you're a buyer, well, there's a bigger variation here depending on if you're a cash buyer, if you're a financed buyer. There's a lot of variation there. So either way, it's going to be, again, a few percent of the sale price. Okay, now let's talk about the pros and cons of what each of these sides look like. So, if I'm a seller, I've got my own closing costs from my side, and what might often happen is that if I have an offer from a buyer, it could very well ask for not just a specific sale price of the house, but also the buyer may ask the seller to contribute money toward their closing costs. Now, you might put your seller hat on and be like, well, why would I do that? I'm a seller. I got to pay my side. They're a buyer. They got to pay their side. Yeah, I understand that. And yet, let's dig into what this really comes apart as. If you're a seller, you likely have some equity in the house. And so you're at when the sale closes at the end, you're going to be having some net proceeds. Now, if you're a buyer, and maybe even let's just put the hat on for a minute of a potential first-time buyer. Chances are, if you're a first-time buyer, you maybe don't have a whole lot of cash on hand to make that purchase, because really, if I'm a buyer, there's two main financial pieces that I'm looking at here. One is the what we call the cash to close. That would be the down payment and closing cost money for the buyer. So that's the amount of cash it takes on closing day to purchase the house. That's the first number if I'm a buyer. The second number if I'm a buyer is my monthly payment. Of course, this is assuming a mortgage position. So if it's a monthly payment, then what is my insurance, my taxes, my principal and interest of the house? Add all of those things up, and that's my monthly payment. Now, interestingly, when a buyer comes along, oftentimes that cash to close number is a fixed number. It's X number of dollars. That's all we've got to make this happen. Yet the monthly payment may have some flex in there. So if that buyer comes along, and just for the sake of an easy example, let's just pretend a buyer says, I want to buy this house for $300,000. And I want you, Mr. or Miss Seller, to contribute, let's just say $10,000 toward my closing costs as a buyer. Now, again, buyer hat, seller hat. If I'm a seller and I hear that, what I hear is 300,000, but I'm going to give 10,000 in closing costs. So effectively, it's 290,000 in this example. So my seller, if I have my seller hat on, I'm then getting 290, not 300. Now, buyer hat. If I'm a buyer, I'm buying the house for 300. So my mortgage is going to be built off of that $300,000 price, but my closing cost amount will be $10,000 less because of what the seller is effectively crediting me. Did you follow all of that? I hope so. If you didn't, that's totally okay. Just give us a quick ring, shoot a text message, send an email back to us and go, hey, I think I understood that and I need some more help on it. Or as always, you can just reach out to us here at the office. So if I'm a buyer, I can get help with my closing costs. If I'm a seller, I may want to give some help. That's effectively what it comes down to. No matter who you are, buyer, seller, investor, renter, heck, you just even have a question about real estate, just give us a call. We're here. We're ready to guide you through that next transaction. See you next time.